This is Innovation Fixation, a series featuring local inventors showcasing the future of technology in our community.
Welcome to Innovation Fixation. I'm Joe Tuger, attorney and guest host, and with me is Ralph Smith, the founder and executive director of Computer Mentors. Welcome, Ralph. Tell us about your organization.
Well, thanks, Joe. The name of my organization is Computer Mentors Group. We are a nonprofit that helps kids choose information technology as a career.
And about how many kids do you have that participate in the program?
Well, actually, there's a couple programs I need to tell you about.
Sure.
So first is the STEM Core High School program. That one has about 80 kids simultaneously active at any one given time. Those kids will stay with us as a kind of a perpetual program. They start the program by trying to earn a certification in Microsoft, one of the Microsoft products, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Microsoft Access. Once they do that, then there's a learning track. They get to choose a specialty that they want to try to learn, either in phone app development or web app development or videography. Then there's about a 3-month learning exercise that they go through, and then there's an assessment. Once they pass that assessment, then they become full-fledged core members. And a core member basically is someone who actually helps the community by doing nonprofit projects. So we solicit, and in fact, all of our nonprofit friends, hopefully they're watching, and they will send us projects for the kids because they will actually help us train kids in information technology.
Now, of these 80 kids, Ralph, how many, or what is the age range?
So these are all high school kids, so it's going to be 14 to 18 years old, and the perfect candidate would be someone who is 14, who is thinking about information technology or just likes computers. And that kid would come join our club and could stay a member until they graduated from high school at age 18.
Oh. Now, how did you get the idea to start the mentor program?
Boy, you know, Joe, there's a 45-minute actual testimony that I give. Maybe we don't have time for that right now.
Maybe the edited version. So,
but you know, it started when I was basically met a group of kids when I was volunteering for the juvenile justice system back up in Michigan, and I just was too young to actually get a program going. But I kept in my mind that one day I wanted to start a small computer school for youth, and so you know. Fast forward here to Tampa, back in 1997 is when we got the first opportunity to actually make that dream a reality.
That's great. Now, do you have any partners that work with you in the program?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, we consider all the nonprofit community a partner in that, you know, we're hoping that they will submit projects for the kids to work on because they're the ones who really are giving the kids real life experience and things, you know. So we will build them a website. We will do databases for them. We will do a thank you video or any other kind of informational video that they would like. We would do a phone app. So if they want to keep track of volunteers and you know, make it easier for volunteers to track their time, they can do that with a phone app. So you know, they're definitely one of our, you know, the people that we consider our partners.
Now, how are the students selected to participate in the program?
The students basically self-select themselves. You know, we do recruitment events like right now at the back to school time. We'll host tables and tell people about our program and hope that the parents will then sign their kids up. But we accept any kid. In fact, we have multiple locations. So right now we're at the Brandon Rec Center a couple of nights a week. We're in Waimama, Florida, you know, a couple of nights a week. We're at the UACDC a night a week. We're also at the Hive, downtown library at the Hive. And then we have our primary spot, which is East Tampa. So we try to make it convenient, you know, that anybody can participate, and there's no restriction of any kind for anybody that wants to enroll. We do have some restrictions from the standpoint that we do try to serve a high population of low-income people. And so, but if you're not low-income, you can still join. It's just some of the benefits, you will not receive the same exact benefits.
Now, and because it's targeted for more of the low-income students, is there any cost associated to the students or their family to participate?
Absolutely no cost whatsoever.
That's great.
We used to do a $20 registration fee, but that's kind of fallen by the wayside. So yeah, no cost, absolutely.
Now, what about plans for the future? Expansion, perhaps?
Well, we just expanded just a couple of years ago, and we have a new program. To try to help us recruit high school kids, we now have a middle school program. That middle school program is called Kids Code, and it basically is exactly what it says, and that is teaching middle school kids programming. So it has in fact, we're really excited that this fall we're going to be hosted at the Sulphur Springs K-8 school. So the sixth graders there, about 15 or 20 of the sixth graders from Sulphur Springs or K-8 will take part of our program.
Well, great. Now, I know you don't do all of this on your own, Ralph.
No.
You obviously have help. And do you have other mentors that participate in the program that help with the kids?
Absolutely. The organization, there's about 15 of us right now. At least half of those are mentors, what we consider mentors. We seek some volunteers. In fact, if other IT people are hearing this and they want to encourage kids to go into IT as well, we would love to have them come in and mentor and share their skills with the kids. But we weren't able to get as many volunteers as we would like, so we have actually hired our own mentors. And so some of these mentors actually are kids that have come through the program and have then gone off to college and come back now as mentors to help the kids.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. How's the reaction when they come back? And do you remember them when they were students and now they've come back as mentors?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, one of our managers is a young lady who started when she was in 2007. She came through the program, earned her certification, earned a computer, is what we used to give away at the time when you got certified. And then, we used to use our students used to actually do adult training. And so she was one of our adult trainees. And then as things kept on, as she matured, she became one of the mentors for the kids.
Oh, that's great that they come back and give back to what they benefited from when they were students.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that's great. If people want to learn more, if our viewers want to learn more about Computer Mentors, what exactly do they need to do? How do they get more information?
So to enroll kids or to sign up, to contact us, you go to our website, which is www.computermentors.org, or call our number, which is area code 813-236-1191. All of our sign-ups are online as well, so you just go to programs and click on the program that you're interested in, either the STEM Core High School program or the Kids Code program, and you can sign up right online. You can volunteer right online. And then I do want to do a real quick little shout out because we have a really wonderful thing that's coming up. We partnered here recently with the Tampa Bay Technology Forum, and we're going to go after a grant called Tech Hire together. And that is to actually create, this will be for kids, but also adults that want to learn programming themselves and then try to get them employed as interns in our local community, our local tech companies.
Well, thank you, Ralph. That sounds so educational and so giving to the community. Appreciate you being part of our show.
Thanks, Joe, for having me.
Thank you.
Appreciate being here.
And we will be right back with more Innovation Fixation.
Creating a corporate video is the fastest way to deliver any message online about your business. Many companies are now switching their primary marketing focus to online video-based strategies, and as such are seeing a much higher return on investment. Video sharing sites like Vimeo or YouTube have the potential to get your videos seen by millions of viewers, simply because videos hosted on these sites are shareable. A corporate video can be the gift that keeps on giving, as it can be used in a multitude of different ways. The video can double as a brand awareness tool. The video also can be repurposed or cut down to a promotional style. With an experienced, creative, and award-winning staff, TBCN is the right choice for all your video and audio production needs. To learn about how we can help you expand or refine your business through the use of video, call us at 813-977-5200 and visit us at tbcn.org.
Welcome to Innovation Fixation. I'm Joe Tuger, attorney and guest host, and with me is Chris Favaloro, founder of Hoverowl. Welcome, Chris. Tell us about Hoverowl.
Hoverowl is a visual analytics platform that's focused on helping businesses, small businesses, large businesses, convert their website visitors into customers.
And how is it that a customer can find your company to be able to help them?
There's a multitude of ways to be able to find us. The easiest way is just go to Google and search for Hoverowl. You can also go to hoverowl.com, and we're integrated with a multitude of different partners. If you're a e-commerce platform, you go to Shopify. If you use Google Analytics, you can also find us through there. So we integrate with a lot of different solutions. We're very easy to find.
Now, how did you come up with the idea for Hoverowl?
Hoverowl is a solution for solving a very specific problem. That specific problem is understanding what your website visitors do on your website. A lot of people own, if you own a sub shop all the way up to an enterprise insurance company, there's no way of knowing actually what people are doing on your website. So I've developed a tool, and this tool will actually solve that. So in short, what it does is it actually records every single visitor on your website, and you get to watch it like a video and understand what your visitors are actually doing and why they're not buying.
So, in other words, a business owner can have your product and see where on their website their potential customers are going?
Exactly.
And how does the technology work to do that? That sounds just so interesting on how we can monitor what people are doing on their own computers.
It's a very complex solution, but what we've done is we've simplified it immensely. There's just a little snippet that they take and they put it on their website. Once it's there, it does all of the magic for you. All you do is you log in, watch the videos, and see what your visitors are doing.
Now, when you say watch the videos, do you actually then have something that you're giving your customers so that they're actually watching as people visit their website?
So they would go to hoverowl.com, they would log in with their credentials, and they would see a list of all the videos of all the visitors that have been there.
And approximately how many opportunities would a business owner have to access your product? Is it unlimited?
Yeah, so we have different pricing tiers, and for every single customer, we offer a free 14-day trial. So anyone can sign up, anyone can use it completely for free for 14 days.
Now, how about any expansion plans, Chris? Any idea of where you want to go into the future?
So what we're looking at right now is expanding into A/B testing and more marketing-driven tools. So we're looking to be a suite in the analytical and marketing space.
Now, one of the challenges of interviewing people that do what it is that you do is you guys use a lot of jargon, a lot of very technical terms. So if we had to simplify it down to your standard business owner, what would you tell that business owner?
With our tool, you'll finally be able to understand your website visitors and why they're not buying. And we'll show you exactly how to convert those visitors into paying customers.
Now, one of the interesting things I noticed on your website was something called heat spots or hot spots, or what was that?
Heat maps. Heat maps is one of our features that we have built into the product. And it's essentially an aggregated report. So if you're a busy business owner and you just want to understand quite quickly how your website visitors are interacting with your website, all you do is you pull up the report and it has an entire heat mapped result of how your visitors interact via clicks, hovers, pinches, zooms, whatever technology they're using, you could see an aggregated report to understand what's important to your visitors and what's not.
So for example, if I have a website and I bring up your product and I am actually able to look at my page and see where my visitors are going on my page?
Yeah, you could see exactly to the pixel.
Wow,
where they are.
Now, how did you come up with the idea for this?
I was actually trying to solve my own problem. That's really what it was. I owned a website prior, and one of the biggest problems, I was running ads and no one was buying. And I asked the question, why isn't anyone buying? And there was no tools out there to solve this problem. With a bunch of research, we found some tools that were kind of not as good as what we would want. So I just sat down one day and just started writing code, and now this product exists today.
Yeah. Now, obviously, your background is in programming.
It's in IT and programming, yes.
And where did you study?
I studied MIS at the University of Tampa.
Oh, so local?
Yep, right around the corner.
Are you involving the University of Tampa in any possible expansion or any opportunity for students to become involved with your company and grow with it?
At the moment, no, but that'd be a good idea.
See, you come on the show and you get some ideas.
Exactly.
Now, as I understand, this is a solo practice that you have. You're on your own. Do you have any plans to maybe expand and hire some people in the future?
Right now, we're looking at raising a sizable amount of funding, so that's something we're looking at. We're going to different individuals and seeing what we can do. But yes, expansion is in the near future.
Now, have you seen any competitors come into the market to kind of duplicate what you're doing?
You always do. As soon as you start competing in a space, you start to see the competitors come out of the woodwork. There's a handful of competitors out there. They're doing a better job than these types of products were about 2 years ago. But I'd like to say we're still beating them.
Yeah, well, that's great. And when did you start the company?
We started a little bit over a year ago.
Great. Were you a student at the time, or?
I was not. I was a consultant.
Now, in terms of where you are able to target businesses, what type of business do you think could best benefit from your product?
A lot of our existing customers right now are e-commerce companies. So pretty much a lot of the shift from retail into e-com, a lot of these companies don't have an understanding of how their visitors actually interact on their page. They're so used to watching their real life visitors in their stores, they don't know how it works online. So our product actually solves that problem.
Now, off stage, we were talking a little bit about how you identify your company. I think you said it was like a hammer or a saw, like a tool.
It's a tool.
Explain that.
So we give you a tool, and the tool is Hoverowl. With that tool, you can use it in any way, in fashion, or form you would like. A lot of people use us for heat mapping technology to understand how their e-commerce platforms work. Some of them use it as primarily of a way to track how visitors interact with a specific page. So we give you all of the tools to do these, and it's up to you how to use them.
Now, do you also have plans for the future to maybe recommend how someone can redesign a website based on the tools that you're offering the businesses?
Absolutely. That's something we're working on right now is dynamic content. We would actually suggest what content you should update or keep, and in turn, you actually will increase your conversions over to customers substantially.
Now, have your current customers expressed to you that they're seeing big changes or that they're actually seeing improvements in how their website is being used?
A lot of our e-commerce customers are really enjoying what we're doing right now. They have so much traffic and so many visitors, the heat maps give them an absolute view of what's important to their customers and what's not. And with e-commerce, every penny matters because of their margins are so thin sometimes.
Yeah. Now, Chris, if an e-commerce business or just a standard brick and mortar business wants to get more information about your product, how do they go about doing that?
Quite simply, if you go to hoverowl.com, you can sign up there, or you could view our contact information at the bottom.
Yeah. And just one kind of personal question for my own edification. How did you come up with the name Hoverowl?
So Hoverowl is, I wanted to do a play on an animal, and there's a lot of unique ones. There's MailChimp, there's a lot of solutions out there that have a fun name, so I wanted a fun name. Hovering is the action you do on the internet, and an owl is one of the few animals that can hover above and view an entire city of how everyone's working and interacting with each other. So I kind of converged the two, and now you have Hoverowl.
Well, Chris, thank you so much. What you're doing sounds so innovative. And stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more Innovation Fixation.
Creating a corporate video is the fastest way to deliver any message online about your business. Many companies are now switching their primary marketing focus to online video-based strategies, and as such are seeing a much higher return on investment. Video sharing sites like Vimeo or YouTube have the potential to get your videos seen by millions of viewers simply because videos posted on these sites are shareable. A corporate video can be the gift that keeps on giving, as it can be used in a multitude of different ways. The video can double as a brand awareness tool. The video also can be repurposed or cut down to a promotional style. With an experienced, creative, and award-winning staff, TBCN is the right choice for all your video and audio production needs. To learn about how we can help you expand or refine your business through the use of video, call us at 813-977-5200 and visit us at tbcn.org.
Welcome to Innovation Fixation. I'm Joe Tuger, attorney and guest host, and with me is Dr. Kenneth Knapp, owner and founder of Cybersecure Advising. Welcome, Ken. Tell us more about Cybersecure Advising.
Cybersecure Advising is a small LLC, limited liability company, and what we do is we provide expertise. We provide expertise, advice, guidance to companies, businesses that are looking for information security and cybersecurity help. You know, cybersecurity is a big concern these days, and companies need assistance, so that's what we do. And we do that in a couple different ways. One is we provide research, we provide problem solving, we look at data analysis, analytics, and then we write up our findings in the form of reports, white papers, articles, and perhaps a presentation to help solve our client needs. We also do some training, education, seminars, because a lot of times you may want to provide training for executives as well as employees. You know, security affects all employees and also the executives of companies. We try to meet the needs of the clients that ask for our services.
So how was the idea for cybersecurity advising started? What made you come up with the idea to start this kind of company?
Okay. Well, actually, a client contacted me. They had a particular problem that they wanted to solve. They were developing a new product, and they wanted to include as much security functionality features in that product. So what we did is we provided some guidance on what things they can include, functionality in the product, and then we did some technical write-ups as well, write-up for the product. And then we also wrote a white paper. White papers are particularly important in the area of information technology because it allows an explanation of what a product is doing. It's an in-depth analysis of a piece of a software or a service that provides a certain functionality. In this case, it's security. So that was the need. So we created the company around a client who contacted us.
And on your website, I was reading through some of the quotes that you have up there, and one of them indicated or stated that cybersecurity is a process, not a product.
That's right.
How do you incorporate that quote or saying into how you function with your business?
A lot of folks, there's another saying in security that you can never truly have a silver bullet when it comes to security. There's no single product like a firewall or a new antivirus software or a new intrusion detection system. They provide some security and critical security, and they are going to reduce the risk of an incident occurring, and businesses want that. But no one product is going to solve your security woes. You're still going to be attacked. So you have to weave an entire business process around security. If you think a firewall is going to solve your security problems, a business is going to be wrong. It's important, but you have to provide training so that your employees are not clicking on dangerous links that'll get their computer infected. You have to have updates. You have to have proper policies. You have to obey certain rules and guidance and compliance issues. So it's a whole business process. Security today, because it's so important, has to be weaved into the process that businesses go about in their day-to-day business.
Now, in terms of your clients or customers, what would be a typical business or enterprise that would use your particular, not product, but process?
Yeah. Well, any company that connects to the internet needs to be secure. Any company that has sensitive information, and that could include financial information, banking information, HR, payroll information, intellectual property that has to be protected, customer data, social security numbers. Well, that pretty much includes a lot. So industries like healthcare, finance, retail, they all have to take security seriously, and they need to weave security thinking into the way they go about their day-to-day business.
Now, you also wear two hats. Not only are you working with your company, but you also are a professor, is that right?
That's correct, yes.
And at where? What do you teach?
At the University of Tampa. So I am a professor and currently I am the director of cybersecurity programs at the University of Tampa, and we have a cybersecurity major and a cybersecurity minor. So we prepare students, we give them lots of classes and to help them get great jobs when they graduate. And it's in the College of Business, at the Sykes College of Business. So students are well formed, not just with technology and security, but also with how businesses work. Because that's what our students do. They go out and secure the businesses that use the internet, that use information systems to ensure that they're secure.
Well, it sounds like we're educating a new generation of cybersecurity experts, and that must mean that there's room for expansion in the field. Are you having any plans for expansion anytime in the future? Well,
in my consulting company, the answer is not yet, because I do have I have the two hats, and I work full-time at the University of Tampa. It's a great college, and we could, expand cybersecurity advising as a consulting company depending on what the demand is.
Well, it sounds like you have a good pool of potential future employees. Those would be your students.
You're absolutely correct.
Now, where do you see the field of cybersecurity going in the next 5 years?
Okay, there's two places that I see that are going to be the future. One would be cloud computing. So much of our information processes, so much of our critical data is being moved from our devices, laptops, to the cloud, which is a metaphor for the internet. The big player is Amazon Web Services, for example, Microsoft Azure, there are other cloud providers. The other is something called the Internet of Things. And it's the idea that when you have a thermostat, a refrigerator, a car, there are computers that are now connecting to Wi-Fi, so that these Internet of Things devices have to be secured as well.
Well, it sounds like it pretty much is going to be everything in the next few years.
It's the Internet of everything,
Yeah.
especially in 50 years. It's just more technology.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're very well poised to address the needs that are going to be faced by the average consumer.
Yeah, that's right. That's the plan.
And if people want to learn more about you and your consulting, how do they do that?
We have a website, cybersecureadvising.com. So www.cybersecureadvising.com, it's one word. And you'll find some information about the consulting practice. And also at the bottom, there's a contact button. You submit your email, press submit, and then I'll get an email.
Okay, well, great. Well, thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure having you, and thank you for visiting us with Innovation Fixation.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
If you'd like to be featured on Tampa Bay Community Network, please call 813-977-5200 or visit tbcn.org.